Hello students, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. In this video, we will be learning about another type of addition which is known as addition modulo n. Let me write it here for you. Addition modulo n. It is represented by a addition modulo b, right? And it is equal to r, where r is the remainder, non-negative remainder when a plus b is divided by n, right? So you see here a and b, these are two integers and n is positive integer, that is greater than 0, right? For example, let us consider some examples to understand it better. 2 plus 3 addition modulo 2 addition modulo 3 is equal to 0, because 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, and when 5 is divided by 5 we get 0 as the remainder, right? So there is a property of remainder, it is always less than the quotient and it may be equal to 0 or it is equal to 0 or greater than equal to 0. So note this property of remainder, right? For example, if we are dividing something by 5, then remainder could be 0, 1, 2, 3, but couldn't be equal to 5, then there is no point of remainder, right? So you just keep this thing in your mind, that when we are dividing something by n, then remainder must be smaller than n or greater than equal to 0. Okay. This can be also written as 2 plus 3 is congruent to 0 modulo 5. This thing, that is this thing, a addition modulo b can be written as a plus b is congruent to r modulo n. Okay, it means if I divide a b minus r by n, I will get 0 as a remainder, or in other way, if I divide ab by n, I will get 0 as a remainder here, right? So this is the addition modulo n. So some more examples I'm gonna take here for you. For example, 7 plus, or addition modulo 10, 7 addition modulo 10, 6, it is equal to 3, right? Because 7 plus 6 is equal to 13. 13 when divided by 10 we get 3 as a remainder, right? So it can be also written in another way. 7 plus 6 is congruent to 3 modulo 10, right? So yeah, but we don't need to write in this way. Okay, this is the this is not the need of the r. So we will be directly writing, okay, what would be like, what is 11 plus 21 under addition modulo 8. So it is equal to 32, right? So it would be equal to 0, because when 32 is divided by 8 we get 0 as the remainder. Okay, So yes, these were the some examples, or one more example for you. You take 8 plus 7 under addition, 8 and 7 under the addition modulo 6. Okay, so see, 8 and 3 8 and 7 are 15. 15 when divided by 6 we get 3 as the remainder. Okay, so 3 is the remainder here. So this is the another type of addition which is known as addition modulo n. Okay, it is only valid for integers, not for rational numbers. Okay, and here n is always positive number. Now we will try to prove that this is a group. Okay, so a result on addition modulo n. Show that the set Zn equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 up to so on n minus 1 is, or here n is greater than 1 and n belongs to integer, is or forms finite abelian group under the composition of, or under the operation of, addition modulo n. Addition modulo n, or it is also known as congruence modulo n, right? So see, what is the operation here? Operation is addition modulo n, and set is set of integers 0 uh, from 0 to n minus 1, right? So number of elements in this set are finite, so that's why we are proving that this is a finite abelian group. One more thing, abelian, because we will prove in this, we are going to prove that this set also satisfies a commutative property. Therefore this will be forming a finite abelian group. Okay, this group is known as additive group of integers. Modulo n, right? Additive groups of integers under addition modulo n. So see, let us prove this. Given set is Zn, it contain all those elements which, all those integers from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, simultaneously I'll be drawing a table for you. Okay, in this table I'm going to list. Okay, let me take from here only. Okay, so this is the table. With the help of this table we will be understanding a little bit of about the addition modulo n, right? You see here elements in this case are 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n minus 1, and here also n minus 1, right? If you add 0 and 0 under addition modulo 1, addition modulo n, you are going to get 0 again, right? And here also let me change this table one second. Okay, now it's looking fine. Let me erase this also. Okay, so now you see 0 addition modulo 0. Okay, 0 addition modulo 0 is equal to 0 again, right? So it is 0 here. 0 plus 1, it would be again 0, right? 0 plus 2 when divided by n, it is again equal to 2. 0 plus 2 is again equal to 2 because n is greater than 2. Okay, so something greater than 2 is dividing this 2, so remainder would be 2 only. And similarly will be the case for 3 and 4 up to so on, right? Up to n minus 1. So now you see case for 1, this would be 0. 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, right? And 1 plus 1 would be 2, and 1 plus 2 would be 3, 4, 5. It would be working nicely until or unless we get n plus 1 equal to n here. Now you see when n minus 1 plus 1 is making n, so now you are going to divide n by n, so remainder would be 0 here. So this would be not simple number, simple addition, but it would be 0 because this is greater than n minus 1, and something greater than n minus 1 leaves some remainder when divided by n, right? So you see here also it would be 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 up to so on. Now you see n minus 2 plus 2, it is equal to n plus 1. When n plus 1 is divided by n, 1 is the remainder here. Similarly it would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to so on, it would be 2, and this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up to so on, it would be 3. Now let us work on this. So when n minus 1 is added with 0, you will get n minus 1 again, right? So on, and when n minus 1 is added to 1, we get n, and n when n let me write it here. Okay, you will be getting confused. N minus 1 plus n, it is equal to n, and n divided by n, remainder is 0, so 0 is the entry here. Now nextly n minus 1 n minus 1 plus 2. Okay, n minus 1 plus 2, it is equal to n plus 1. N plus 1 when divided by n, we get 1 as the remainder, so 1 is remainder here. Nextly n minus 1 plus 3, it is equal to n plus 2. When n plus 2 is divided by n, we get 2 as the remainder. So 2 here, similarly 3 here, okay, up to so on. And lastly, when n minus 1 is added to n minus n, what would be entry here? I'm labeling this for you, okay? So tell me in the comment section below what would be entry here. Okay, so now we are going to prove that this is a group. For a group, we are going to prove all 4 properties. In fact, we are going to prove it abelian group. So we will have to prove one more property, which is commutative property. So let's start with the closure property here. Property number 1, closure property. Let a comma b belongs to, right, addition Zn. We know a plus a addition modulo n is equal to r, where r is less than n and greater than equal to 0. Okay, this n is being taken here, right? So see, if something is 0, something is between 0 and 1, it means it belongs to Zn, obviously. Therefore r belongs to Zn and r is equal to this. Therefore a addition modulo b belongs to Zn. So first property is true, it is closed. Nextly, we are going to look at associative property. Associative property. Okay, in this we are going to prove that a addition modulo n b is equal to a addition modulo b addition modulo c, right? So see, if we add these two numbers, these 3 numbers, let us assume it is equal to some number d. Okay, we know addition is always associative, therefore also a plus b plus c must be equal to d, right? Because addition is associative. Since these two entries are equal to same number, so when they are divided by n, they will definitely leave same remainder. So therefore they will leave same remainder. Okay, when divided by n, that is a addition modulo, because this is equal to d. So when I'm dividing d by n, let us assume that remainder is n. So this is the value of this thing, right? Also you see, this is its addition is also equal to d. So d, when d is divided by n, we get remainder again r, because d is d, this d and this d is quite same. So this r would be the number the number which we are going to get through this addition modulo, second addition modulo. Therefore both these will be equal, right? So this is what we are going to write over here, is equal to c. or you can simply write, since both the number, addition of both the number is same, therefore they will leave same remainder. Okay, thus it satisfies associative property. You can finish this off in one line also, but I just explained so that you get a clear idea of this thing, right? So nextly we are going to prove existence of identity. Existence of identity. I would like to show with the help of the above table what could be identity in this case. So see here, page down. Okay, so when we are adding this 0 to 0, we are getting 0 again, 1 again, okay, 2 again when added to 0, 3 again when added to 0, 4 again when added to 0. Okay, you can also watch in this column, we are getting the same element when added to 0. So this is forming as additive identity in this case. Also you can look at the closure property here. When you are adding any two numbers, okay, you are getting the same number of, you are getting the number which belongs to Zn, right? So there is no number in this column, in this table, okay, there is no number in this table which is outside of Zn, therefore this group is, this set is closed. Okay, this is we are checking by looking at the table. Identity. Okay, so for inverse you can also see here, here is 0. Okay, it means 0, inverse of 0 is 0. See here in this column 0 is here, it means 1 is the inverse of n minus 1, or you can alternatively you can say minus n minus 1 is the, n minus 1 is the inverse of 1, or 1 is the inverse of n minus 1. So also if you will construct all the full table, okay, we just left some spaces in the middle of the table, like if you see, if you write n minus 2 here, then 0 would be here, right? So in that case 2 will be inverse of n minus 2, or you can say n minus 2 is the inverse of 2, right? So in this way you will be able to find inverse of each elements, and identity also you can check that whether or not this this set is closed using this table, right? So with the help of table you can also see whether or not a set is a group under the given operation, but you just need to check one property which is associative property, right? So moving toward the last property, second last property, existence of inverse identity. Existence of identity, since a addition modulo 0 is equal to a again, and it is equal to 0 addition modulo a, right? Because a is less than, since here a is belonging to Zn, okay, और Zn में कौन से एलिमेंट आ रहे हैं जो 0 से लेकर n तक के एलिमेंट है, n minus 1 तक के हैं, तो we can say a is less than n, right? If a is less than n, if a is less than n, this implies when a is divided by n, we get 0 as a remainder again. For example, if 2 is being divided by 7, what would be remainder? 2 again, right? So similar is the case in this, okay, in this okay, fact also, when a is divided by something which is bigger than a, then remainder would be again a. So therefore these are a addition modulo 0 is equal to a, right? Therefore 0 serves as the identity. Now nextly, existence of inverse. Okay, so let A belongs to Zn. There exist, okay, if A is any element, then we can check n minus A is also element of let me write it here. Okay, then I'll explain this later. Then there exist n minus A belonging to Zn such that A plus n minus A एडिशन मॉड्यूलो n इज इक्वल टू कितना हो जाएगा? ये देखिए, A प्लस n माइनस A, इट इज इक्वल टू n. when n is divided by n, it is 0, as we are going to get 0 as the remainder, so it is equal to 0, right? So we can say this is inverse of this thing. For example, 0, so n minus 0 is equal to n. when n is divided by n, it is equal to 0, so 0 is the inverse of 0. Or what would be one inverse of 1? n minus 1, right? So you see, n minus 1 plus 1 is equal to n. when n is divided by n, we are going to get 0 as the remainder. And similarly 2 का इनवर्स क्या हो जाएगा? n minus 2, and 3 का क्या हो जाएगा? n minus 3. okay, so in this way you will be getting inverse of each and every element for this set, right? Hence we can say inverse of each and every element exists. And so in this way we have come to know all 4 property has been satisfied. All 4 properties have been satisfied by this set. Thus we can say this forms a group. It forms a group, right? Also let us check commutative law. Commutativity. We know A plus B is equal to B plus A, therefore they will leave same remainder. They leave same remainder. Okay, this fact we're gonna write over here. Since A plus B and B plus A leave same remainder, therefore A addition modulo n is equal to B addition modulo A, right? Thus we can say given set is abelian group. Okay, so this is it for today. Rest of the things will be done tomorrow. Thank you.